So we are getting together today to talk about what's going on with lead generation in our real estate market. So I wanted to give you a little bit of information about who we are, and you can find us on Google. You can look us up and see that we're actively practicing real estate full time on a daily basis. And so this panel is really designed to talk about problems, issues, challenges that we're currently facing in the market, and what new agents can do to kind of prepare themselves for that and give some thought and insight into lead generation strategies that are working right now. So a little bit about us. We're very technology focused, and we are going to cover a lot of information about lead generation today that's going to be able to make it as efficient as possible for you to jumpstart your real estate career. So we're currently, my name is Tim LaBorde. I work with Joseph Landis and Lorena Landis as the executive team over here. And what we do on a daily basis is we focus on providing agents with the best lead generation strategies in our local market so that you can make more money. You spend all this time working on getting your license. And once you have that piece of paper, then it becomes, well, what do you need to do to actually go out there and earn a living? Okay, a little bit of background about us. The things that I like to mostly talk about are, Joseph owned a construction company. We've been doing real estate acquisitions for years, fix and flips, portfolio management on rentals, luxury home certifications, a lot of investing, heavy on the investing side. Lorena with her design and layout, decoration and staging consulting, and so on. I've been training agents for going on probably about 6 years now. And we are very agent centric, where we spend a lot of time trying to coach and help agents to reach the next level in their careers. So the biggest problem that new agents are typically facing when they finally get their license is, well, okay, you got your license, where do you start? So you want to be focused on working with people that have kind of done the job before you, so you can spend more time shadowing them and spend less time at home trying to figure out everything on your own. I think that's a huge component of where a lot of agents fail, is they spend too much time looking at this strategy or that strategy versus just trying to copy themselves or model themselves after people that are actively working through the business and making money, right? Some reviews of ours from Zillow and Google. So we spent a lot of time getting leads from Google LSA, local services ads. That's pay-per-click. We have big accounts with Zillow, so we get a lot of leads through there every month. We talk about and teach strategies for sphere development. What's the best way to engage people you already know, that you have a relationship with, that know you, like you, and trust you. And then from there, training, coaching, and the use of technology. And then we spend a lot of time focusing on consistently getting new agents closings in the first 2 to 4 weeks. A couple of bullets about agents that have worked with us for a long time. We had Heather come in, Miguel and Stephanie, and all three of these agents started crushing and getting closings within actually the first month that they were here. Okay, and so this is, as far as a brand new agent, you want to focus your time on, like I said, shadowing and modeling yourself after other agents that are already doing what you want to do. This is the easiest path to success. Top 3 reasons why realtors fail. Generally, number 1 is going to be lack of lead flow. If you're not getting enough leads per month, if you don't know where to get leads, if you don't know how to get leads, you could be the best salesperson in the world, but if you're not getting enough leads, like, you're just not going to have enough closings and you're not going to make enough money. Okay. Then lack of training. Once you have a lead that falls in your lap, what do you do? What do you say? Scripts, the different aspects of handling the conversion of the lead to a qualified prospect, and from there actually turning them into a raving fan and a customer. Okay. Lack of knowledge, getting stuck on the technical aspects, and sales skills, like sharpening your sales skills. This position, this job in real estate is really centered around how good of a salesperson are you? Or do you have the tenacity and the persistence to kind of push through adversity on a daily basis and keep going? Because a lot of your days in real estate will be great and some are not so much. So it's the people that have that tenacity and that persistence to keep going that really are able to transition into like an actual career in the business versus, the majority of agents that are typically transitioning out of real estate within their first 3 years or so. And then a couple of bonus reasons there for the challenges that agents face. Lack of differentiation is talking about how do you present yourself differently to the clients that you come across with on a daily basis. So if there are 50,000 other agents in the market and you go on an appointment today and you meet a buyer and they are saying, and you show them the house, you give them a tour, and then they say, well, thanks for the showing, but actually my sister's an agent and I appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Well, I mean, you've just wasted a couple of hours of your time and prep work and all that. And so it's about you being able to stand out against competition and showing the prospect why you're the best fit for them. Okay. And then lack of money. So, with all of the tools that realtors use, from lead generation software to CRMs, customer relationship modules, management, it's, you have a lot of overhead. So how many months can you go without commissions before it's like, well, I ran out of money. I guess I got to go back to work where I was before, right? So thinking about it in terms of getting that success quickly and then putting together like a sound strategy on how you can progress and start getting closings immediately versus kind of withering on the vine without a lot of direction. And so we have spent a lot of time thinking through and putting together tools to ensure success. And what we are looking not to do, what we are specifically trying to avoid, is to stick you in a room with 500 other agents, give you some training, and then say, good luck, I hope it works out for you. This is really the opposite approach of what we are trying to do here. And so we actually created an intensive training with a brand new agent boot camp. That is a 2-week course, and to basically fully immerse yourself in the day-to-day activities of being a producing agent so you can hit the ground running as quickly as possible. And then we'll spend time with you optimizing a 90-day action plan that guides you with clear daily steps to reach success. And then finally, we'll be with you every step of the way, overseeing your development carefully and helping you adjust your own progress with constant feedback. So the things that we're focusing on here are intensive and effective training program, steady and high quality lead flow, the most effective technology in the industry, marketing systems that get results, and then to kind of top it off, continuous hands-on coaching and support. So I was talking about this earlier, our new agent boot camp. We call it the $1 Million Producer Boot Camp. That's a 10-day program. Every day is full of activities to keep you engaged and help you learn the business as quickly as possible. And so when we talk about leads, where are these leads coming from? We talk about lead flow. We get leads from Zillow, Google pay-per-click, Google local services ads, YouTube videos, YouTube advertising, Facebook, and others. And so our focus is on how to teach you how to become a lead magnet so that you can get more clients coming to you and helping you keep those costs down. We also use other technologies such as Follow Up Boss, Ylopo, and the offers platforms So some of this is CRM stuff, some of this is lead generation, more lead generation. We use these tools on a daily basis in our office to help manage our pipeline. This slide is about the vendors that we use on a regular basis. So you coming into the business without having a huge contact vendor database, who are you going to lean on for home inspectors, insurance partners, home contractors when the property needs work and you're in the inspection period and you don't know where to go to or who to call to go get that plumbing fixed or a roof leak or whatever. I mean, so with us, like we spent a lot of time putting together people that we like working with, and then being able to provide these vendors to our agents so that there's never any doubt of you having to spend time trying to vet new contractors and different vendors, lenders, and so on and so forth. Being able to just join a team that is already kind of put together for you and hand it to you. Our family of brands includes the I Spy Realty, Builder Home Express, a brokerage is Directed Realty, Local Family Man Buys Houses, and then Directed Capital Management is our hedge fund. So each one of these entities is used for different purposes, but the main thing that you should note here is that a big focus of our work is brokerage, real estate investment, and then also the new construction. So all of these brands tie into one another and they help one another. Okay, so we have different brands for different purposes. So earlier I was talking about how to stand out against the other 50,000 real estate agents in your area. And then, so we spent a lot of time practice role playing about how for you to differentiate yourself against these other agents. What do you say? What are the best things to say while you're on appointments? How do you build rapport with the prospect? Basically, an A to Z roadmap to success, saying that if you follow these steps, your probability of actually closing those prospects and turning them into customers accelerates very quickly. And so this slide really revolves around the questions that we get from working on a team versus the lone wolf agents that we typically see struggle, especially for new agents. Thinking about it in terms of, if you don't have any experience, if you don't have vendors already, if you don't have a roadmap to success and you're going to start trying to figure out all of this on your own, then you're going to be focused on the right side of the screen, trying to think about every single little piece that goes into your business and basically creating it from scratch. And then the difference there is when you're actually thinking about joining a team, a lot of this stuff is just going to be given to you. So you can spend your time focusing on what you do best, which is getting leads, going out on appointments, getting help with everything else, and then go to closing and get paid. So basically, the more time that you can spend actually engaging with your prospects, the easier it is for you to make money. If you get stuck in a rut where you're spending all of your time thinking about generating leads, how to implement advertising, submitting offers, negotiating contracts, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's all of these ancillary other items that agents can do. And what happens is too many agents get stuck on this extra stuff, and then they don't spend enough time on the actual money-making activities, and then their production slows down, and then they're not making enough money, and then they get frustrated, and it's like, okay, real estate doesn't work, right? So thinking about that pain point and how to specifically how to avoid that, how to get around that, we have implemented what we call the menu of splits, and so you can see how what we offer is very competitive to what else is out there in the market right now. And basically what it is for you is trying to decide, do you, as a new agent, do you want more or less hand holding? Because the reality is that, with your growth as an agent, there will always be other opportunities out there. So, you come in, you learn the business at a certain level, and then eventually you kind of outgrow that position. So where is the next opportunity coming from? Does that mean like you want to go off and change your split so that you get less hand holding and you want to do more of the lead gen and other items yourself? Does that mean that you want to take more of an active role managing the hedge fund in investments? Or 3 years, 5 years down the road, do you want to open your own office? What does that look like for you, and what are your personal goals? So all of that stuff is kind of taken into account when we would actually meet with you and come up with a customized plan that would be suited more towards your specific needs. Okay. And so, we talk a lot about helping our clients save more money on their purchase and netting more money on their sale guaranteed. We put these guarantees in our offers to buyers and seller clients to showcase how we can stand out. This is just one example. We have a whole list of items that we cover with our clients to help them stick to us like glue. And these are attractive offers that we can make to our prospective clients versus, hey, let's go stick a sign in the yard and put your pretty pictures online. Like every agent in the world can do that. What do I need you for that? Right. So thinking about it in terms of what else can we put in front of the prospect to show them value and actually help them. Okay. And so all of these things kind of work together to offer you a system that's already been put in place that we've really tested out a lot on ourselves. We were our own guinea pigs for a long time. And we have agents now that are successfully completing closings every month. And if this is interesting to you, then you might want to pick up the phone and give us a call, and we'd be happy to chat further. Okay, let me see if I have any questions, because nobody has. I'm not sure if my speaker is working or what. I kind of opened the floor here, but I don't see any comments. So if anybody has anything to say, there is a chat box you can click on, and either oh, here we go. What is the best way to generate free leads? Well, it's kind of my personal secret right now, but I like to camp out in front of builders' offices. You catch all that traffic that the builder paid for, and then you just stop them before they walk in the door and say, hey, you're looking at a house? Well, this builder's crap. Let's go somewhere else. No, I'm just kidding. But as far as free lead gen, that's a really good strategy. Also, going on Facebook on a regular basis, you can go find an open house or a house that's on the market right now, something that you like, that you think a home that other people might like, and then go do a Facebook Live or an Instagram, something like that. Post that video everywhere. You can post it to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and so on. Right. We spend a lot of time actually on Facebook versus the other platforms. This is where typically more people with more money hang out, the people on Facebook. But I do understand that a lot of agents get success from other platforms. I like LinkedIn. I've always liked LinkedIn a lot. So coming up with content that you can showcase to your prospect, just go to the house, take a great video. You might be a little bit nervous, but with some practice, it gets easier over time. And then go post that video everywhere. It's pretty easy. Set up your own YouTube channel. It's free. And then you get leads off of that. And when people raise their hand and say they want more information about the house that you did a tour on, yeah, let's go take a look at it. Like, you go for that appointment, you try to drive that appointment right away. If the house is already sold by the time they get to you, or they notice your video, hey, unfortunately that house is actually already sold. We have 3 more that are upcoming in the area. Tell me more about what you're looking for, and start a conversation that way with them. So this is typically going to be the best way to create free lead gen. Yeah, so that's a great question, Stephanie. I have never heard of a listing agent complaining about putting my videos on Facebook, and especially with the builders. Like, the builders would welcome you to come to their corporate office, to their model homes, walk around with a video camera and take a video. I've done this many times over in LaBorde, if you're familiar with that area. And then other new construction, like builders love this stuff. Listing agents, I have never had a complaint from a listing agent yet on that. They don't typically complain that you're marketing their property. I think the worst that could come out of that is they might contact you and say, well, if you're going to put my listing on your video, you could at least give me credit for it. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Thanks. Right. So we don't spend a lot of time worrying about angry, because for the most part, this is a team sport. Most listing agents can be very happy that you took the time to go showcase their property. And so Joe raised a good point too. I mean, they typically care more if you went onto their listing and stole their photos and put that, like try to market those on Craigslist or something like that, then I could see them getting pissed. This is something that we don't do in our office. As far as a compliance standpoint, absolutely, I would avoid that. But when you go out to a house, you're creating your own content with your own phone. I mean, what is anybody going to tell you about that? And so what I would think about is instead of for me, instead of me getting worried about getting into trouble over something, I tend to think of it in terms of, well, the opportunity is so big here. A builder rep would be much happier if I went to their model home versus a different model home, right? So if one builder says no, then go to the next one. Like LaBorde has 40 builders over there. So what, right? That's just one example. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, so I think that's pretty much a wrap. We can go ahead and like this is being recorded, so I can send it out. So is getting a contract with a builder good? So as far as me working as a buyer's agent, as a realtor with a buyer to get out there, absolutely, I would want to take buyers out there. I love working new construction. It's one of the top sources of inventory in our market right now. That is pretty easy to get your hands on, as well as get into. I mean, the builders don't work every day, but you're rarely going to have any kind of problem actually getting into the property. Listing builder homes, we don't really go after that. I mean, I do know that a lot of realtors do, and it is an opportunity, but we have enough opportunities on our plate that we don't have to chase that. And also, typically think of it this way. As a listing agent, you go talk to that builder and the builder says, okay, Stephanie, we'll give you 50 listings from our current inventory line. And we want you to do all of that at 1% or 2%. Now they want to negotiate your commissions. We can go get full commissions on other stuff all day. So, it's like you have to protect your position in the conversation. We don't typically chase builders down to say, hey, please, let me list all of your homes. We can get buyers for new construction pretty easily, so we focus on that. And then also create your own marketing, create your own videos with their inventory. Like there's no problem with that. So. Appreciate the questions. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
So focusing on how to make yourself a magnet for leads is really going to come down to the strength of your offer. So I'm responding to a direct message I got here to the need to focus on how to make yourself a magnet for leads. So the stronger your offer is to your prospect, the easier it is going to be for them to connect with you and to stick with you. So for example, if you are providing a buyer inventory that they can't get on their own, like everybody can go on to Zillow right now and look at all the listings online. What does a buyer need you for that? What do you need you all for that, right? So coming with other forms of value besides, hey, I know you can go on to Zillow yourself and look at all this stuff, but I went on to Zillow for you and handed you a list of this. You're welcome, right? And that's not a value to buyers in our current environment. 20, 30 years ago it was. Today they have all of this access almost the same as we do. So um, coming up with offers that you can put in front of those prospects that they can't do on their own. That's one of the main talking points in our office, and we talk about that stuff all the time. So, for example, where would you go get a list for sellers? You might start with a platform that provides leads for divorcing sellers or pre-foreclosure sellers or probate sellers. All different types of sellers that would actually have a motivation to sell. And I typically tend to think about this as basically like two levels, in two levels of motivation for sellers. The sellers that need to sell right away because they have a distressed home or they're in a distressed situation, like they are behind on their payments or something like this. There was a foreclosure moratorium last year with COVID that went on for, I guess, 2 years or whatever. Those foreclosures are starting to come back. We're starting to see more foreclosures on the market. This will help. Actually, I think it'll help bring some balance back to the market. But these basically what I'm pointing out here is the fact that these sellers need to sell right away versus other types of sellers that say, well, you know, if I could find the perfect home to move into, then yeah, I would love to sell. But I can't find the home that I'm looking for right now. So why would I put my house on the market? So for those types of sellers, your focus should be like helping them to find the type of property that they want to move into, coming up with custom targeted marketing approach to help them find the types of homes that they would like to move into in the areas that they want. Then from there, say, hey, you know, this house wasn't on the market. I went off and found it for you. Now you love this house over here. Let's talk about you selling your house as well. And so you get them as a buyer, and then you get them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you ask what is it for? This is for insurance or for the realtor?
What is this? Somebody call you?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and mute here. All right. So how many leads would we need as a full-time realtor? I would say, especially starting out, 30 to 40. Now that is somewhat dependent on the quality or the type of lead that you're getting. So more like the more experience you have as a realtor, you probably need less leads as a realtor. But especially for agents that are just getting started, you want to get as many leads as possible. And then from there, some of them, this is true for buyers and sellers. Some are not going to want to do anything right away. Some of them might buy a house 6 months, a year from now. And, you know, if you build up a relationship with them, you can get that business later on down the road. So you want to construct, let's say, an immediate pipeline where you're working people that want to close something within the next 30 to 60 days versus more of an intermediate pipeline. That would be anywhere from 60 to 60 days to 6 months out. And then also like the longer term stuff would be, you know, 6 months plus, 6 months, 2 years, whatever, right? So I got a question. What does leads mean? Why are you asking this question? So leads are the type of buyers or sellers that you are targeting to bring into your list, like work with as a realtor. So a lead is anyone that could be interested in buying or selling a home now or in the future, right? Anybody that's interested in talking to you about real estate, this would be either either a colder or warmer lead. They might not close tomorrow, but you know, if they like working with you, if they respect you as a person, if you've shown value to them, there's a good chance that you could get that lead to actually convert into the future. And so for us, it's all about setting up the proper systems of how you can. Sorry, I keep getting cut out here. setting up the systems of you being able to target leads today, 6 months down the road, and then 1 year down the road from there. So I'm gonna put my phone number here. If you want to get more info, you can text me. Or call me. All right. So we've covered a lot in a short period of time here. I think we can stop the tape here. Thanks, Stephanie. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, definitely circle back with me. I dropped my phone number in the chat if you would like to talk further with me. Okay. And then I think some or most of this video was recorded. So whoever actually on this list, I'll text you out a copy of it. Thanks for the question, Gucci girl. We are going to have another one of these on Thursday, and we'll just do these Tuesdays and Thursdays every week for the foreseeable future while we have the capacity to do so right now. Okay. Nice screen name, by the way. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. I will send you a copy of the video. Bye.